Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of That Couch Gamer. We're starting off our Tuesday with Sonic 3D Blast. As you can see, the graphics were spectacular for back in the day there. It's a short little intro. You just jump right into the game here. Pretty much the premise of this game is to rescue those little birds right there. You'll find roughly 5 per area. They kind of split the levels weird. And of course it's always Robotnik or Pinto Boar or Eggman, depending on which generation of Sonic you're looking at. So basically they're all trapped in the robots. And you jump through basically you jump through those rings with the birds, and that's how you save them all. That's pretty much the entire premise of the game. And every so often, at the end of each act, I think, you fight Robotnik each time in a different creation of his. My buddy Anthony actually wanted me to play this game so he could watch me, I guess, I don't know, fail. But I used to be actually incredibly good at this game back when the Genesis was a hugely popular thing. I'm pretty sure now I'm just going to be sucking it up pretty hard, but we'll see. I'll have to get used to the controls and everything all over again. Because I haven't touched a Sonic game in forever. I'd probably say 9 years, I think is the last time I touched a Sonic game. And of course you've got the trademark spin. But you get weird bubble shields in this one. I know there's an electric one that pulls rings in. They've got a fire shield that removes fire damage. I think that one's immune to spike damage, I'm not entirely sure. God, I already suck at jumping, Jesus. And they have bonus levels tied in with Knuckles and Tails. You give them, I think, 50 rings to start off, I'm not sure. And then you just run these little paths to collect all the rings. And I think it goes up by a certain amount each time. I think it's 50, then 100, then 150. And at the end of each one of these is a Chaos Emerald. I believe they get pretty damn hard after a while, because yeah, each act, that's what it is. Each act they get more difficult. More spike balls, things like that, more rings you have to get between each chunk. And for those of you that have never touched a Sonic game before, basically he collects the Chaos Emeralds, which turns him into Super Sonic, which is just a golden version of himself that can like fly and do things like that. People may have seen him fairly recently in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where you can play as Sonic and his crash move or whatever it's called is Super Sonic, and he just flies around the screen like a psycho. But you're pretty much watching the entire game at work right now there, guys. And I adored the hell out of this game when I played it back in the day. And of course the music for me is just very nostalgic, like it's fantastic music. But I've always loved most of the music in the Sonic games, even in Adventure and, oh my god, I suck at jumping. In Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I know that the Game Grumps did Sonic 06 is what it was called, that really weird unfinished game. That one, in my opinion, was alright. Like, it wasn't anything special. It was a bit broken in places, as far as just the running and the controls. Could have been done better. And this, it feels almost the same, almost like that. Sonic is really hard to control once he gets going. You don't play as any of the other characters like you do in the later Sonic games. This is all Sonic. I mean, as you can see, they split each level into different chunks. I think you have to find about 15 flicky birds per level. There's the trademark shoes that make him run faster. Which does me no good if I can't jump on anybody. It's like the most cheerful music you could ever hear. Like, you couldn't have a bad day listening to this music. Oh yeah, invincibility time. Later on, I know you get to do weird things, like instead of doing the little spin ball, you'll stand on these weird rotating platforms that make them spin like a top. And you'll get to bust through like pillars and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of a cool addition to the Sonic series. I don't think I've seen it in the later Sonics though. I think it was just this one. Oh sweet, extra life. And you can tell when you're about to be done with one of the levels because instead of there being a portal to jump through after you drop the birds off, it's just an X. Oh, yeah, that was smart. Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get used to the controls in this game again. Holy crap. And then he gets beamed up by the mothership. Alright, well that's Act 1, so I can't remember how they split it up. I think, oh, it's by the zones, that's right. For some reason I was thinking acts. God, I haven't played a Sonic game forever. And of course with Sonic games, as you're fighting Robotnik, his weird death machines get more and more complex and complicated. Yet they're all vulnerable to being jumped on. Speaking of Sonic and Tails, if you guys haven't heard the Star Bomb album yet that the Game Grumps put out, you need to get on that. There's a song on there called Sonic's Best Pal. It's about Tails, who, being a secondary character, has low self-esteem and pawns Chaos Emeralds for PCP and kills Robotnik. It's, oh dude, it's fucking hilarious. The whole song starts off with Danny saying, "Hey kids, do you want to hear a song about Sonic and Tails?" The kids just go, "Eat a dick!" I adore that album. I've gotten one of my coworkers addicted to one of their other songs on that one, Crasherbania, which is just one of their best songs on that album. That and It's Dangerous to Go Alone. That's one of my other favorite ones. Definitely not an album you should listen to around your young children. It is pretty profane, but for a comedy rap album, it's just, oh my god. Oh yeah, they brought back the trademark loop-de-loop there you saw in the original Sonic games. I hate the mines, they suck. Oh, there's Tails, or Knuckles. Alright, round 2. This music's always the same, but it's probably one of my favorite tunes in the game. I don't remember if you can fall off or not, but don't attempt to. Because I don't remember if you get second shots at the Chaos Emerald by once you try it once, it's done. I'll probably test that later on, or in between episodes or something where I can mess with it and not mess up the progress I'm doing for you guys. Because you normally you just give 60 rings to the guy and they let you go and do your thing. And of course, every time you come back out of those things, you have no rings whatsoever. So you get hit and you're dead, which is kind of annoying, but just, you know, watch your ass when you come out of those. I've been trying this, I'm trying to get back on the whole no soda wagon for a while now, and I'm drinking like flavored water, which helps. Like I still feel like I'm getting the little sugar fix that my body always craves, even though this stuff that I put in my water doesn't have any sugar in there. It's got no additives at all. He's like, yeah! So far, you know, it's doing great for me. I feel pretty good. Compared to drinking soda. I mean, I still drink coffee for my caffeine in the morning, because otherwise I wouldn't be the pleasant, charming personality most people interact with every day. Especially working in customer service. And I apologize for how the audio sounds right now. I know it sounds a little choppy, even when I'm not recording. Like, usually it's when I start the recording that it kind of messes up the audio on certain games that I have to tweak it. I can't do anything about it on this particular game. It sounds choppy even without the recording going. Like, it's just the game itself. And it's just because when you're moving so fast, there's so much going on that it's kind of messing with the game's speed, which I find kind of interesting that these old games would have something like that. But hopefully for the next episode I'll have that worked out where it sounds a little better, but we'll see. Alright, extra lives. I'm hoping I can go for a long time without dying, like having to use any of those extra lives at all. Because like I was saying earlier, I was really damn good at this game, and it's also not that difficult either. Try not to touch him again after you've given him the rings the first time, because he just takes them and doesn't do anything for you. Because it's only once per level, I believe, that you can get the chaos level. God, if I remember where the hell I was going. Oh, here we go. Ta-da! Yeah, I just popping one-ups all over the place. Yeah, you can even see as I'm running around that the whole game itself is just choppy. Wow, on the same freaking spiked ball, I'd lose my bubble. Jesus. But yeah, as you're moving around, even the game itself is a little choppy. It looks like a little laggy. I love those worm guys. They're just like, yeah, as they come out of the hole. And when they break it down. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode of That Couch Gamer. We'll pick up the fight with Robotnik on the next episode.